What's up, everyone? You're tuned into the Channel East episode 160, and I apologize. It's been a long time. I think 3 months since I did my last episode. So let's catch up. What has been brewing on this end? Well, a lot has happened with my creator in residence role at Library and Archives Canada. And in fact, October 14th will be the conclusion of my residency, where I will unveil my new body of work based on my research. And if you want to know more about what I've been doing, just Google search Library and Archives Canada Creator in Residence, and the website has all the details of my residency endeavors. So do check it out. But I guess what I want to talk about is an artist and entrepreneurship. Because increasingly, what I've observed more and more as I listen to conversations, what I'm observing at ground level, and the current economic climate, sometimes I ask myself, how the hell did I get here? But truth be told, I truly believe that diversification in your craft, in your creativity, is paramount, especially today. And I believe into the future. And the reason why I say this is because I remember someone told me, this arrogant CEO saying, "Oh, you have to be really good at this thing and be perfect and master it, and that's how you'll be successful." In my mind, I'm like, well, I am multidisciplinary. My creativity is diverse, and can't that be in itself being a master at that? So yeah, I think the as far as I can remember, I did many things. Right, digital art is my anchor, my core. But being digital allows me to reach out to different areas of industry, right? Because digital is malleable, it's flexible, you can pivot, it's diverse, and being able to have these different activations in the fashion industry, video game industry, illustration, whatnot, or what have you, and increasingly institutions, I think empowers and informs um, the way I do things, right? So I'm able to pivot really quickly. And if I need to switch on government mode, then I will switch on government mode. But then a lot of the other things that I do that are more on the business side or entrepreneurial side or creativity side is supporting how I would engage in certain fields. I'm saying government because that's currently the role I'm right now. I'm the creator in residence. Creator in residence doesn't mean that I'm gonna do nilly willy whatever I want. I have to make sure that there are certain um, mindsets. Like I feel like when I'm in that role, suddenly my brain kind of like switches to like, okay, there are some constraints that I have to acknowledge. And at the same time, I know how to be flexible enough and to gauge how I engage with the stakeholders. So it's quite an exercise. Now, see, that's what I mean by diversification and being able to pivot. You also have to be very communicative. I think that communication, especially in this digital age, is so important. Like we can type and message people. But increasingly, it is more important than ever to put a face, physical presence in this age of digital AI, quantum, because I think the more we use these tools, the more we also yearn for presence. So yeah, I'm like a mixed bag, I guess. But I think that we are becoming more of this type. Like there's not just me, but there's many other creators that are very diverse in the way they engage and where the way they do things. Um, and it's a sign of the times. I think the economy is the technology that's coming out. The economy, they're creating these new pathways of opportunities. So I think for those who are wondering, like, how I do it or how I go or like how do I do things, like how do I operate, is my mind is always like holistic. It's like, okay, today I gotta nail these things. My mind's gonna be presentation mode. I gotta start making these presentation decks. Okay, another day I'm like, okay, I gotta get ready for my keynote and speaker engagement. Next day, okay, I need to start the warm up and developing this new art piece. So I need to start creating these I don't know, processes in order to get to that goal. So it's a lot of moving, pivoting, adjusting, but then actually executing. And that's how I go about my day to day, actually. All right. I have a very exciting, several exciting things coming very soon, but that it is a result of so much preparation and so much planning and so much communicating. But I will announce it later on. Probably this coming week, if not, yeah, I think later this week I will announce it. But yeah, like again, there's uh and whenever something happens, like I could see it manifesting, then I'm always thinking you know the steps afterwards. Okay, once if this happens, what are the different pathways that could potentially be realized? And that's when I get excited. Like, oh, okay, this could happen. This could happen. Um, and when they do happen, I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. But if it doesn't happen, that's fine too. But just keep on moving the needle forward is all we can do. So I thought maybe I'm just rambling like nonstop or whatever, or just being very random what I want to talk about. But I just thought I'd share that because, yeah, I've been getting a lot of questions asking like, how do I do it? Sometimes I don't even know how I do it. Maybe I am crazy, but whatever. It's just the way that I operate. So yeah. Anyway, I thought I'd just kind of catch up with you all. I want to keep this video very short because I got to get back to this routine. I really like to do these YouTube videos, but I think that my focus moving forward is really about art and entrepreneurship. I don't want to get too sidetracked to different things. I don't want to get too uh, I want to keep, at least for this YouTube channel, I think I decided I'm going to stick it to a certain theme, and that would be, again, as I mentioned, art and entrepreneurship. Yeah, so I hope that I did not bore you. I'll keep this short again. Thank you for listening. This is the channel Eeps, and I will continue, I promise, continue talking more on this channel, and hope that you find it useful. Any questions you have, let me know. Leave a comment, subscribe. You know the drill. Okay, talk to you later. Bye bye.